just now I found this. Now, this is a box. It has a T on the side of it for Tom. And it's full of stuff that was mine as a child. I knew this existed. I've known about it for a few years, but I've never really delved through it properly. I've never really had a real look. So I thought I'd do that. And it's actually really boring. So here we go. The first thing is this bag, which is full of letters and cards that my mum and my dad got when I was born. Which are all, congratulations, you have a child card. Which seem a bit obsolete now, because that was nearly 17 years ago. But they're nice to keep, they're nice to remember, even though my dad will probably never see them again, except I might take this when I leave home, so if I go to visit him sometimes I might take these with me, because these are really good. I like these. They're nice. I also have a load of birthday cards from, various people. I'm not going to show all of them, because there's far too many. There are entire bags of them, which is ridiculous. But yeah, I'm not going to show you all of those. I did this really terrible drawing of Mr. Incredible when I was little. That is awful, and I'm very glad that my art skills got better as I got older, because if I did a drawing now when it looked like this, I would bin it. Look at his arms. Just look at them. Then there's this book of nursery that is just full of photos of me just working, really. That jumper that I'm wearing in those photos, I still have that. It's here, and yeah, I still have it. Let's see if it fits. It doesn't. I can only get it up to this far. But the hat, I can still just about get it on my head. So this is a recreation of my nursery school days. There's also this really weird little booklet thing about my Aylsham nursery school. Inside there's a map of the nursery, which you don't necessarily need because it's the most simple building you've ever been in. I also found this, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I don't know why this isn't still out of the box. I would still read this, because I just remember this being a really good book. This, though, no, I don't think I'd read that again. I also have this Best Archaeologist Award thing. I got that in primary school, and they basically got you to dig up things that they'd placed in the ground, and then gave you this badge for just turning up. It was really bad, but I got the Best Archaeologist Award. You didn't, so what does that say about you? Also, these name badges. One is just my name, and I used to wear that at nursery. The other is from the Queen's Golden Jubilee. Last year, as you know, was the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. This was the Queen's Golden Jubilee, and still have a badge for it. So that's a thing, that's a point in time that I have remembered as a badge. Then I have some useless things like plates and bowls that I used to use as a child, which I don't need anymore, so I don't know why I've kept them. The only Valentine's card I ever got, which is from my mum, because she felt sorry for me. My first tooth that I ever lost, and my first haircut. I won't get those out, because actually, no, I lie. I'm going to get that. The envelope is sealed. I've decided not to. That would be bad, I guess. Then I have this anthology of amazing poems by Thomas Sutton for 11-year-olds. But they don't have to be for 11-year-olds. You can read them when you're 3. But on the back it says, "This is an amazing collection of riveting poems. I thought up ideas for my poems from nowhere." Then in quotation marks it has, "And roar a terrible roar, injecting venom into its unsuspecting prey. At night I glisten and gleam." They are 3 lines from 3 of my poems. Now, the poems aren't that good, I'll be honest, because the last one in here rhymes, and it's not very good. It's called The Moon, and it says, "I only come out at night because in the day I am not right. At night I glisten and gleam, and lay there silently, calmly while people dream. I wait for night to come again, because shining is my favourite game." What? That doesn't rhyme. Unless you say it again. Game. Which I don't, so it doesn't rhyme. I don't think I ever did, so I'm not sure why he does that. Why I did that. The cloud says, I rain when I am very annoyed, but most of the time I just float calmly. The sun is sometimes blocked by me, but when it is not, it shines on the world. When I am angry, I force myself to let my feelings out as lightning, and roar, a terrible roar. I know poems don't need to rhyme, but I'm pretty sure I had a rhyming pattern going on that I just completely threw out of the window at this point. That I just went, you know what, I can't be bothered to try and find rhymes. I'll just write it as it is. It's like this with all of the rest of them. The clock. I tick as time passes, so loud that I have a never-ending headache. That's deep, isn't it? I never forget what time it is, even if there is a power loss. My battery is my power source. Like a heart, it keeps me going. Unless you're a digital clock, which I don't know if we had one of those when I was little. A snake is a slithering rope with a tongue like a dinner fork. That's not true, because dinner forks tend to have 3 prongs and snakes' tongues don't. Its eyes are like marbles, threatening its prey and then lunging forward. I don't know if that's a continuation of the simile, because if it is, marbles don't threaten their prey and then lunge forward, they just marble. The snake has a poison bite, injecting venom into its unsuspecting prey. That's true, but its prey usually knows it's there, it's usually suspecting, it usually just can't get away. The speaker. When I am turned off, I am happy, so I stay calm. I had very different ideas about what being turned off was, but when I am on, I am not the same. I scream and shout to be turned off. No. If we're talking about a speaker, it doesn't scream and shout to be turned off, it just screams and shouts whatever is being screamed and shouted through it. When I am hot, my heart thumps madly, but I somehow manage to control myself. You don't control yourself. A person controls you. You are a speaker. Fireworks. Lighting up the sky, it makes the wind squeal. Pretty sure the wind can squeal by itself. I'm not sure it needs any instruction. People cheer and shout because they know there are still more to come. Even on the last one, maybe? I don't know. The sparks spread and then fade away, just like the crowd at the end of the display. I like that. That's a good line. What I've noticed about this is my handwriting then was the same as it is now, just slightly bigger. I haven't improved my handwriting at all, but apparently that's fine. I also have these mugs that I got. This one I got when I left my nursery, which was in 2001. This one I got when I left my infant school. It's an infant and nursery school now because they built a nursery into it. I would have gone to that nursery if I'd been born a year later, but I wasn't, and I left there in 2004, and I got mugs for them. I also got a mug when I left high school, but I won't show you that because it's downstairs, and I still use it, so it's not going in the box. Then I have my primary school jumper. I don't have my nursery, or I don't have my infant school jumper, which is a shame, but I have my primary school jumper. I got every single person in the world to sign it. I think I signed it myself. Yeah, I did. It says, Thomas Sutton, myself. Good luck, Smelly. Brilliant. Okay. When I was in primary school, my friend Dominic, he had this weird asphyxiation with calling himself Dejfs, because his name is Dominic Edward John Firth Sutcliffe, so his initials are DEJFS. And he insisted on calling himself that. And so he has Fred Dejfs written right there on the sleeve. Loads of these people, actually, I still know. I still know her and him and him and him and him and myself and him and him and him and him and Dominic and Olivia and my brother, who wrote Kiss underneath it. He's just weird. Lauren. I don't know who that is, actually, and that upsets me, because, you know, you want to know who signed your jumper. Craig Smith. Yep, I remember him. He's still in my school, or he was. He's now in year 9. He signed it in red. You can't see that, can you? At all. But yes, there is literally one person on here that I don't still know. And that's really cool. Matthew Pusey, who's my friend's brother, he also signed it in red. Yeah. Which you also can't read. I don't understand why they would sign it in red, but they clearly did, and that's a bit strange. Let's see if this one fits me. It fits a little better, to the point where I can get my head through it, but that is it. I'm not going to get it any further than that. Oh, bugger. This could take a while. I'm just trying to get my hands out of the sleeves. What I've found is that it's much more difficult to get them out than it is to get them in. Oh, there we go. I don't think I'll be trying on any more clothes, but that's fine, because I don't have any more clothes. That is all of them. Okay, that's a lie. Right, because what I also have is this enormous bag of clothes. These were my shoes. I'm not going to try those on, because even if I did manage to get any single part of my foot inside that, it would get stuck. And the rest of my clothes are boring. So I'm not going to walk you through those. What I'm going to do is, because I plan on keeping it whenever I leave home, or if I move house, or if I go to another country or whatever, I'm going to take it with me. Not if I go on holiday to another country, because that'd be pointless, but if I go to live in another country, I'll take it with me. So what I've done is I've added the jumper that I wore to high school, which I've just left, I have added to my box. So that's always a memory as well.